Alright, so I think this is episode 8, moments after I left last time. We're still waiting on rubber from that. We have a single piece. Um, so what I'm probably going to do is get some copper going. Because we'll need copper for some of our machines later. And since this is going to be IC2 related stuff, what I will probably do, remember this is our design, we're just going to drop that down there. Oh look, squids. So we'll probably go that way with IC2. And I suspect that, in that case, I'll just go this way with everything RF. One of the benefits to living in a cave, I guess, is, it's super easy to expand. So I'm probably going to have a tree farm over there, and we'll work out exactly what happens in the tree farm. Now, I'm probably not going to forget, but so what I'm going to do is right here over the bed, I'm going to have IC2 water mills in process. Needs rubber. Right. So this is going to be our job board. We've got armor. Let's go look at our quests really quick. So this sword to a gunfight complete. Now I think I've already mentioned that we can't do those. So what is it? BQ underscore admin edit. Oh, okay, good. Right. So if we go back and we can edit, beginning of all things, designer, done, back, link, remove quest, manual complete. So we're going to manual complete that. Alright, and I'm not going to complete anything that I don't have to. So at this point, we now have an ammunition and a revolver. So the revolver is actually pretty cool. It fires fairly rapidly. I'll probably keep the hand cannon around until we get through our last 4 shots, and then I will stop carrying it. Now, if we look at the quests here, in tech guns, this conveniently completed the quest for us. So I'm immediately, as soon as we have, well, we can just do this now. So the pistol does fairly solid damage. It does 8, somewhere between 8 and 6. But if I go ahead and upgrade it as the quest suggests, maybe it's ingots, not nuggets. So it's nuggets. So if I upgrade it, it actually does between 14 and 6, which is a much better. And you'll notice that the spread for the regular revolver is larger. So we're gonna upgrade, of course, because More damage means less dying, which, trust me, I need all the help I can get with. I've seen a lot of YouTubers run around without armor and stuff like that, and, that's probably cool for them. They're probably also much better at playing the game than I am. Shotguns are also fairly cool. Shotgun. Again, there's a real problem with the images in JEI, I believe this is. So this requires the double barrel shotgun. Now, I think that we can make that actually. So double barrel shotgun requires 2 iron barrels, 2 flint and steel, and a wooden gun stock. Now, as we'll recall, or maybe we won't recall, that's that. Let's see if I can find myself some flint. So that's that. Now the barrels is much like the stone barrels. Because this is a double barrel shotgun, we need 2. Big surprise. And that should get us our shotgun. So now if we come over here and submit... Oh, it wants a loaded one. That could be a little bit harder. So... shotgun rounds. I think that is what we need. So we need... Oh, incendiary rounds. Cool. I am not sure that we have lead. That is not how you spell lead. And it is not being particularly helpful as far as those. I think the last time I ended up getting them off of a zombie. Let's throw the tin there. So hopefully that becomes an option in the future. We're just gonna do some things. I got no reason not to try to here. At some point in the future, we will. At some point in the future, we will worry about, placement of this. This is clearly not an optimal solution. 2. Hey, we're up to 2. Good for us. It's clearly not an optimal solution for, storage needs. But we'll do what we can. For the moment, I'm going to leave the shotgun here until we can find ourselves some lead. It seems not really a lot of purpose in carrying it around. Another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to make project chests. So this will be our project chest for this line of signs, and then I'll make another line of signs here, or something. I'm just going to put all the IC2 related stuff into that chest for the moment. Just so that it... sorry, I can't breathe. Just so that is somewhere I can find it, because I think that there's this famous thing called YouTuber blindness. Um, I don't feel that I'm particularly blind, but I clearly having difficulty spotting the most obvious things. So, plate. Oh, emeralds. Excellent. There we go. Stone bricks, sweet. So, most likely, what I will probably end up doing is making a coal-based generator right off the bat. Mostly for the purpose of just getting some basic power up. As you've witnessed with the IC2, I would prefer passive power generation, especially in the beginning. I'm more than willing to go for active power generation when I need to, but the less that I have to mess with it, the better as far as I'm concerned. I would like to be able to, have at least a little bit of power available all of the times, so that if necessary, I can kickstart things. There's some machines, especially later on in IC2, where they require you have a certain amount of power to start power generation. Was that IC2? I don't remember exactly, but it was a long time ago. And hopefully that I'm remembering correctly. But even if I'm not, having a little bit of power coming in all the time is definitely for the best. Because if you set up some sort of battery, while you're doing other things, it's collecting and everything is fine. Speaking of which, everybody else is probably... Nope, it's gone. I have forgotten. But oh, nice. More emeralds. More emeralds. More randomite. And today randomite is melons and wheat. So I am playing on my computer. At some point, if I can garner enough interest. I did have a server going at one point, and I will probably set one up again at some point in the future, depending on the amount of interest that people display, and then I will simply be recording from the server. So we'll see how that goes. But that may be a little bit off in the future. It depends on interest I can get displayed in the channel, B, in being on a server at all. Things like that. Last time I tried to run a server, I I had a lot of interest, but I couldn't get anybody to actually, show up, mostly because of time and, dysfunctional computers and crazy things like that. So it was, it was a lot of little things. I have no animosity about it, but again, forgotten how to breathe. Don't do that, kids. Breathing is good. So, I'm probably going to start in Immersive Engineering. Now, this is going to be particularly challenging because without clay, I'm going to have difficulty getting the creosote oil necessary for some of the things. So I'm going to look up clay and see if there's a clay recipe. Termite clay, that's weird. Sludge refiner. So if I get into industrial foregoing, assuming I already have power, there's a chance I can get clay. An injection chamber, and a compressor. So there are recipes for this. Pulverizer. So bees. I'm not precisely sure that I'm excited about bees. I suppose if enough people are requiring it. Oh, sounds like we have a thing going. I don't know if you guys heard it, but zombie. Let's show you how the guns work. I could have sworn I heard a zombie. Must be in my head. Yep, I don't know. Must have been in my head. Ooh, I got another dark oak sapling. Now, if I can get some soul sand, then I can start growing this nether wart. Oh man, this is a total mess. So 2 more dark oak saplings and then I can begin producing dark oak wood. Okay, so this process for the latex is pretty slow, and we're going to need it for everything in industrial foregoing, I believe it was called. So latex, we're going to need it from the tree fluid extractor. So let's build one of those, and we'll get started on this. Tree fluid extractor. So what I'll probably do is I will begin making some of the tech, and then I will expand the room outside, basically as homework, off screen, whatever you want to call it. For 2 reasons. 1, I'm sure it's not very exciting. 2, I like to play, and while I'm playing, I enjoy watching videos and listening to music and stuff, and that's a little bit more difficult when I'm recording because it gets carried on, and I have no interest in getting copyright strikes. I don't know a lot about things, but people get very serious about property and stuff like that, and I have no interest in creating animosity, you know, this early in my my YouTube career. I don't know if career is quite the right word. So we'll see what happens. Iron. Do I have iron? Iron. Refined iron. 4, 5. I seem to recall that you can make the gears like this. Yes, you can. So that should give me this. Now, eventually I'm going to be using more than one of these because these are dirt slow. I'm probably... So, these tree fluid extractors, as I said, are very slow. They do produce continuously, they produce without power. So for the moment, I'm just going to remember that they place opposite the way that you are facing, and that's kind of inconvenient. So for the moment, I'll place it there. I'm just going to put down some wood in front of it. You'll see that it is immediately beginning to fill up. It is not a fast process necessarily, especially when you're talking about you need 1,000 millibuckets, or MB, is 1 bucket. And you need a bucket to create uses, okay. Latex. There we go. So, uses. Oh, weird, you can put these in floors, bottlers, whatever. So, dry rubber. So a latex processing unit, it takes 1,000 millibuckets to make a tiny dry rubber. So that's this little monster right there. So you need 9 of these to make a dry rubber. And a dry rubber is 1 plastic sheet. So this machine, when full, doesn't even produce 1 piece of plastic sheeting. So we're definitely going to need more of these. Now you'll notice that the tree itself has the graphic that shows that it's mining. So as it goes, this tree fluid extractor will continuously damage that, and eventually it will break. So at some point we will probably go for a block placer of some sort. Industrial Foregoing has one, but again, it requires the plastic. Future Pack has one, but I don't have the research for it yet, apparently. So this is not going to be a speedy process as far as that. Let's check these. Okay, still nothing. So we'll work on that. You know, it's been about 23 minutes. I've been rambling. We've accomplished a little bit of stuff as far as that goes. Oh yeah, I have carrots. Did I mention carrots? I hear they're good for your eyes. Of course, that's English propaganda, British propaganda. Hey, did you know they have radar? Crazy. Alright, so thanks for coming. I'm going to harvest this really quick. If you have questions, comments, concerns, you know, leave them. There's a comment section below somewhere. If you like the video, leave a like. If you don't like a video, don't leave it. If there's something you want to see, something you want me to do, something I'm doing wrong, please, you know, help me out. Alright. Thanks for coming. You guys have a nice night.